Hello and welcome to Monday the 18th of June 2018. I'm Dakian and this is my weekly report on painting. And you're looking at a bunch of bones again. These 10 bones minis I have completed. The 6 giant rats. Not much to say about those. They're very simple. They were fun to paint because they are simple and there's something, I don't know, a little bit amusing about the sculpts. The rats are fun. And in the back line, there's going to be close-up pictures so at the end if you want to see them more. We have these bandits. Now these are kind of heavily armored bandits. They've got like, I call partial plate, like I think it's called half plate in D&D these days. Something like that. And yeah, so they're not really, I had planned for this week to run a bandit encounter in D&D, but those are going to be like more primitive, scraggly bandits in just like leather armor and bows, the more the Robin Hood style. So these, I'll have to save these for later. But yeah, they turn out okay, and they will be useful for something at a later date. Was that all you wondered? No, it's not. I'm glad you asked. I also finished these two. So that brings this week's total to 12 minis. These are the cat people from Cyborg Miniatures. And well, I finished them because I simply ran out of inspiration. I didn't know how to finish them, so I just did whatever to to finish them off. I think I like this one the best, probably. I had a bit of trouble with this guy. You see, this guy is metal. This guy is resin. And at one point, he fell over, and this little spike here broke off. Hopefully you can't see it. I've glued it back on. Don't know that that's going to hold forever. It might break again. Oh well. That is the problem with miniatures. Yeah, I went with more subtle highlights and shading this time. It seemed appropriate somehow. I didn't want the stark contrasts on the blues. Hopefully it works okay. Anyway, that's all done with. Let's see some works in progress.
And here we see the next batch of bones orcs in progress. Now, I've done, as you can see, some work on the basis and the metallics mostly. That's about it. What's happened so far? These sculpts are quite different from the last ones I've painted. These are by a different sculptor, and they are much larger. They're beefier looking orcs. And I had to mount them on much larger bases. These are not 25mm bases. They're not even 30 mils. These are Games Workshop 32mm bases. And in some cases they're even spilling over those. So I'm gonna say that these are not normal orcs. These are what in D&D are called orogs, which are like, you know, Uruk or Uruk-hai in Tolkien. The bigger, stronger, better orcs. Yeah, they look more well-armored and more aggressive as well. So yeah. And yeah, I basically just started these and they're already well on the way. I mean, bones, I speed paint them. It's gonna go fast. And here's even more bones. These are the cultists. These are just I've just primed them, and as you can see, I've gone for the pre-shaded primer layer on these, from dark gray to very light gray. And yeah, not much to say really. I did in one of these packs there was a circle, a stone circle, and let me show you that. So I put it on a base. It's simply this is all that was the ring of stones and with little stuff on top of it was what was included, and I stamped the texture in some green stuff, well, or gray stuff as the case may be, on the base before I glued on the ring. And this texture I got from a new product I bought, which is this a sort of, I know some people have shown these before. These are the Green Stuff World sort of roller stamps. Let me show you. Oops, I got the thing. So they're like this. It's like a rolling pin. You roll them across the base. And the reason I have this is that my local shop stocked them, and so I decided, well, I'll try one out and see what it's like. I mean, I've tried every other product of this type, so why not this one? And I liked it. I liked it a lot. The advantage of the roller is that you can make it conform to any surface. Like if when you put putty on a base like this, the surface is never going to be even. You're never going to be able to smooth it out so it's completely flat. So when you have a flat stamp or mold that you press into it, sometimes it doesn't really make an even impression. But with this, you can sort of wiggle it around and yeah, you can sort of roll it so it follows the surface, which is useful. And also I like this texture on this temple, is the one that I bought. It has some interesting little some little pieces of texture, and I can see here I've got some gray stuff caught in. I'm gonna have to see if I can. Yeah, that was easy enough. Scrape off. I'll fix that off camera. But yeah, these guys are coming along as well.
And here we have those dungeon monsters. What's the box called? Dungeon Horrors, right? The box set. The metal pieces in the early stages of prep. I have taken out all the pieces, gotten rid of mold lines, flashing, and the like, and then cleaned off any residue. And I've been looking at what sort of bases to use for them, what sizes I need. The biggest, this is a 60mm base, which I'm going to need for this Shoggoth, actually. Otherwise, there's a 250s, 240s, and a 30mm base that I'm going to use. I'm going to texture them in a little bit different ways. Assemblies looks to be somewhat pretty straightforward in most cases. Like, for example, this flying brain has you just stick it in there. Simple enough. The beholder figured out I'm going to have to glue on the back portion of it here first, and then I'll be able to add the front, and it has a peg there. Ah, there we go. That's perfectly fine. The only troublesome one is going to be the carrion crawler, because it has these 6 pedipalps that go in here into these little holes, and we'll see how difficult that is, if I need to drill them out more or what I'm gonna do. But yeah, that's that. Oh, and here's a couple more tentacles. These are for the flying brain, I think. And this is the simplest of all. It's a one-piece model. Everything else needs some assembly, but this one, the ochre jelly, is all alone by itself. Yeah. So I am moving on this project. A little bit delayed by putting some of those bones ahead in the queue, but I'll get to them. Don't you worry. And so I have to close the books on another week with no new arrivals. None of the promised stuff that is supposed to be on its way to me has showed up. Oh well. It's not like I lack for stuff to paint. And I thought next up in line should be the rest of these, the latest package of bones. And I have here a selection of half-orcs, a sorcerer, a merchant, a wizard, and a paladin, who are all, as it says, half-orcs. And I also have these Darrow, which are evilly rigged strange dwarves. They didn't rate blister packs, it seems. Or for some reason the retailer took them out of the blister packs and packaged them in Ziploc baggies. But never mind. I can deal with that. And just in case that's not enough, I have another project that I'm looking at, which is this Collector Series box from Gale Force 9, Igwilf's Treasure, which contains these two minis, Velzna and Flemen, and it supposedly has a base. Let's do a really quick unboxing here and see what we do with that. These are the two characters with ordinary round bases. There's something more in here. Yes, there's a big base with a coffin on it as well. So, not sure how that works. If you have to, if you can put the minis on the small bases and this one still works, or if you have to build it as a diorama and glue them onto the big base if you want to use that. I'm not sure. It does look like, yeah. Yeah, there's holes drilled in here for holding minis. I think it's probably like this. Yeah, it has to be like this because you see she's standing on the lid here, and so one hole is for some sort of peg on her foot, and the other is this helm, probably the smaller one thing here resting there. The surface here is not very good looking. It just looks like the bottom of a resin cast, like something like this. So, and yeah, I'm honestly not a big fan of this. Just looking at it, probably won't use it. These bases look much better. And it's more usable to have it on a sort of simple small base. Then you can actually use them in gaming and not just as a diorama. But we'll see. Anyway, that was another video, another week gone by. Thank you for watching. Please click like and subscribe if you haven't done so. Spread the word, share the video, comment on it, and I'll see you in a week. Till then, this is Dakian, signing off.